What's up guys, got another tuning tutorial for you today. This one we're going to be looking at tyres and by how raising and lowering the PSI levels in your tyres can affect the tune and how your car handles. We've got the Ferrari 458 Tyre back again, this time on Iberian short circuit, and we're just going to do a little lap round now just to get a feel for the car and how it handles with the base settings. I haven't upgraded this car at all. It's totally stock. I haven't changed any of the tuning setups as it is if you buy it from new. So just going to do a quick lap round, just get a rough idea of how the car feels and what we can do to adjust the tyre pressures and hopefully change that setting for us. Previous Forzas, there was a general consensus that about 32 PSI was the optimum level that you want to reach. Me myself, I go for anything between 32 and 33, as long as it's within that range. Seems to work out pretty well for me. From the lap I'm doing now, it does feel like the car's got a slight touch of oversteer. So we're going to have a look what we can do to rectify that by changing the PSI levels. But first of all, we're going to have a look at what changing the tyre levels actually does. So we're going to the tune setup, so we'll go to the extremes. And what we're going to do is we'll put the front at the minimum 15 and the rear at max 55. In the same circuit, drive around and see how the car handles this time. I can tell straight away that I'm getting a lot more oversteer from the car. And I'm losing the back end quite a bit, to the point where I actually go off the track. So by having the rear tyre pressures higher than the front, and I've hit the wall, we get oversteer and quite uncontrollable oversteer. So just going to restart this to get rid of the damage, and then this time what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at changing the front tyre pressure all the way to the max and the rear tyre pressure all the way down to the minimum. We're going to apply that. We'll have a run round and see how the car handles now with the reversal. When you're normally tuning your car, it's always ideal to do at least 2 or 3 or 4 laps just to get some heat into the tyres. For this tutorial I'm just doing it from scratch just to give you guys an idea of what changing the tyre pressures actually do. And you can see this time I'm going off the circuit because we've got massive amounts of understeer. So if we've got the front tyre pressures higher than the rear, we get understeer. So now that we know, I'll hit the wall again and spun out. So now that we know what this does to the car by highing and lowering certain aspects of it, we can apply that to our base levels of 30 PSI front and rear, and hopefully remove some of the minute oversteer that was on the car to start off with. So if we've got the base levels at 30, we're going to try removing 1 PSI from the rear, so that should give us a touch more understeer and hopefully remove some of the oversteer from the car altogether. I don't usually drive in this camera view as well, so that's my excuse for hitting the wall a few times anyway. I'll leave it up to you guys whether you believe it or not. But I don't usually use this camera view, so it's not going to be the best drive in the world. Straight away, by taking that small amount of PSI off the rear wheels, it doesn't feel like I'm getting any oversteer on the car whatsoever. Get a slight bit of understeer there, but when I'm on the power and turning, I don't seem to be getting any oversteer whatsoever. So hopefully that's going to sort the oversteer understeer problem out. Again, it's another thing that can affect oversteer understeer, and hopefully you've seen one of my other tutorials. There's a million and one other things that affect it as well, so it's that fine balance of bringing everything together to all work together and get that fast time and fast tune. So what we're going to do now is going to bring up telemetry and just see what PSI levels the tyres are currently running at. Now we've done a few laps. So we've got 32.3 on the, so between 32.3 and 33 on the front, and 31.7 and 32.1 on the rear. So if we're going for the 32 and between 32 and 33 PSI range, then the back tyres are slightly out, and the front tyres are just in that range. So what we might try doing is to bring the rear tyre PSI back into the range of 32 and 33. We'll add 0.5 back onto the rear, and hopefully that won't be enough to make the car oversteer again, but hopefully make it handle a little bit better. Just going to switch camera views so I can try and get a decent feel to how the car's driving. We're flat on the power there and no oversteer. Miss that cone. Now that we've done that, the car does feel fairly balanced. Obviously, if you change other tuning parts, that'll affect the tyre wear and the heat that goes into the tyres. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the alignment sector next, which is camber and caster and toe and everything, and that'll have an effect on the heat that goes into the tyres. So I'm not going to cover that at the moment. I'll cover that in my next tutorial. But the car, just one of them slight minute adjustments on the tyre pressures, does feel a lot better to drive. Doesn't feel like I'm getting any oversteer at all. Handles fairly nicely. I'd say it's a good start, good car stock anyway, but we've just appeared to make that a tiny bit better just by the minute changes that we made to the tyre pressures. So for this guide, guys, that's pretty much it. As always, if you've enjoyed this, found this useful, hit that like button at the bottom for me, big thumbs up. Feel free to leave me a comment, any questions, I'll try and get back to as many of you as I can, and hopefully make your tuning lives a little bit easier, and hopefully you're getting some enjoyment out of this, guys, and having fun tuning your cars yourselves. So until next time, guys, have fun.